Hi, Doka, can you hear me? I'm having issues with my speaker. Can you hear me? Yay, you can hear me. Thank you. Thank you so much, Christian FOB, for rejoining. Just give me 2 minutes so I can share this link with other people in other groups who are also waiting. Thank you very much. And apologies for the delay. Technology has a way of humbling you, right? We already set up this schedule since yesterday or 2 days ago. Tested it, everything was working fine. But then it is what it is. So let me share the link with other people who are also waiting for it. Thank you for joining. Thank you. Thank you. Just a minute. Just a minute. Just a minute. A lot of people are already telling me in the group chat that they can't hear me. So let me quickly give them the new link. Thank you. Okay. I think I'm done with this right now. My apologies, guys, please. Alrighty, I think it's a good time to start. Apologies, everyone. We tested the link. We came up early so that we know everything is fine. But every time that we want to start this, technology always humbles us. But that's okay. So good evening, late evening, early afternoon, from wherever you're joining. Thank you for joining in so early. It's a beautiful Monday evening Monday afternoon from my side, and it's a public holiday today, so it's been just a good time to relax and chill at home with my family. Right? It's a public holiday here in Canada, and for you who has been to work today or probably also relaxing, I hope it's been a good day for you. My name is Vera Patrick-Azodo, and I am the founder of the Readerz Corner. At the Readerz Corner, we have one goal, and that is to raise lifelong readers. We are so passionate about restoring the reading culture back to families in the sense that the mother is reading, the father is reading, the children are reading. And why we chose this particular topic, which is why children choose screens over books, because this is a burning topic at the heart of every parent, and I'm sure that is why you are on this stream today. We're going to unpack the reasons. I have about 5 reasons, research based, proven, tested and tested and trusted. Yes. And by the time we start unpacking them, you yourself, you would connect with these reasons. It's a very big issue that has, a lot of parents are concerned about how to solve the problem. I'm here to let you know that your child who prefers a screen over books, it's not a child's fault. It's not a child's problem. So if you have been yelling at the child, oh, drop your screen, go and read your book, you are wrong. It is not the child's problem, right? I'm going to tell you why it's not your child's problem and also what you can do to make things right in your home. Before I move too fast, I just want to hear from you. Please put a comment in the chat for me to see where are you joining us from today. Where are you joining us from? Which part of the world? Because the link has gone far and wide. The Readerz Corner is a global brand, so we want to know where you're joining us from. Please put it in the comment section. Let me see where you're joining us from for today. I'd like to see that coming in. Where are you joining us from? Is it Nigeria? Is it Canada? Funke is joining us from Calgary. Awesome. Happy to have you, ma'am. Thank you. Let me know where you're joining us from today. It's going to be an interesting ride. 1 hour well spent. I can assure you that. Please let me know where you're joining me from. One more person, and then I can hit the ground running. While still waiting for your comments to come in, so, in our newest guide, Raising Readers, that we launched last month, part of what we have there, we mentioned Christian is joining us from Benin City, Nigeria. Nena is joining us from Calgary. Thank you so much, mommies and daddies, for joining us. I know you're here because you want to make things right in your home, because you love your children so much. So I congratulate you for being here today with me. I don't take your presence for granted. If you were not here, I would be talking to myself, and you know that that's not cool. Why children choose screens over books. Now, there was a research conducted, right? And the responses from that survey showed that 49% of the responses showed that one major barrier to children reading books or reading habitually is the screen. And that is why we wanted to start from the topmost problem, and then we can move down along the rest of the month, every week or every 2 weeks, depending on what we can handle, right? Why children choose screens over books. And I started by saying that your child is not the problem. Here is the number one reason why children choose screens over books. Number one, screens provide instant gratification. Screens provide instant gratification. Now, let me tell you how this is a problem, right? The human brain is wired for instant reward. We want to see the result now, sharp, sharp, sharp. Even if we know that a particular habit is rewarding in 1 month time. So if we put two habits together, one is rewarding today, right now. Yay, Mr. Aldoka is joining us from England. Thank you so much, sir. If we put two habits side by side and one is rewarding today and the other one is rewarding next month, every natural human being will choose the one that provides instant gratification. So you see why your children will always go for screens any day, anytime, because the moment they are on it, the screens have been built to release the chemical dopamine, which is the pleasure hormone. Immediately they get on it, it moves straight to the brain. That satisfaction, that excitement is happening on the go. And every human being was designed or wired to look for sharp, sharp reward, right? So that is why your child will always choose screen. We already know the benefits of reading regularly, right? We know that over time, the reader becomes sharper, the reader becomes smarter, becomes more confident, becomes more versatile, right? Becomes more resourceful generally. We already know. But the issue is this. With books, it doesn't happen immediately. It takes a long time. Ooh, I have a big mama in the house. Mrs. Brenda is here with us. Thank you so much for joining us. Oh, today is a good day. I have some very, 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 very big guys on my stream. I'm so excited. So let me go back right into it. So the screen gives the children what they want. And if you were a child and they gave you two options of one that will give you sharp sharp and the other one that will still wait till next month, my daddies and mommies, which one will you choose? Tell me in the comment section, which one will you choose? So that after today, when you see your child with, heads on a tablet, you don't blame them. It is a natural response. Which one will you choose? Dopamine, sharp, sharp. That is what is happening to them, right? And in my note, I said every human loves satisfaction, pleasure, gratification, including our children too. Pleasure is what teaches the brain that a behavior is worth remembering and repeating, because what is immediately rewarded is repeated. I say that last part again. What is immediately rewarded? I don't want to reward in 1 month time. I want it now, 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 now. Kind of, let's be moving fast, fast. So that is why your child will always go for screen before books. It is normal, it is natural. And I like to explain this concept using something called time inconsistency. Time inconsistency is a concept that says that the good habits, the recommended behaviors have a way of delaying gratification. The rewards are in the future. So every good habit you're doing now, you want to get to the gym, fit farm, you want to start writing a book, you want to start a business, the reward is not now. The reward is in the future. That is the thing about good habits, good behaviors, expected behaviors. On the flip side, the most unhealthy behaviors, I don't know why God made them to be sharp, sharp reward. Though. Example, you want to sit down and eat chocolates. You want to drink your ice cream. Now, you're feeling the pleasure. Your tongue is enjoying it. Your body is, reacting to it. It is natural. So that is where the time inconsistency is. Now, where do you come in as a parent? As a parent, your work is to find a way to make reading regularly match the pleasure that screens provides. So it's a competition between pleasures. Which one will be pleasurable more? You need to know that. That is where your work as a parent comes in, right? Every habit produces multiple outcomes across time. Bad habits produce immediate feel good outcome. Good habits produce immediate outcome, outcome that is delayed into the future. The moment you understand this time inconsistency, then you stop blaming your children for loving one thing that is unhealthy and choose and ignoring the other one. For example, my little girl, not so little, she's 9. She loves chocolates. God, like if you can put her in a house full of chocolates, that's the best thing you can do for her. She will just be eating, eating, eating. But initially, before I stumbled across this concept, I used to worry, why can't you understand that it's not healthy for you? Choose vegetables, choose carrots, apples. It was when I understood what was happening to her, then I had to correct her from the standpoint of knowledge. I had to tell her, okay, I know this is pleasurable right now, but it doesn't pay you. And then I taught her the concept. I said, be careful. Anything that you're enjoying now, be rest assured that in the future you face the consequences. It always, almost always has negative consequences in the future. Any habit at all. The thing I like about Readerz Corner, our concepts are not only based on reading, it's real life application. Whatever you get instant gratification for right now, watch out for the future. It is detrimental to your future. And then the flip side, whatever you have to painfully go through right now has a very wonderful reward in the future. So we need to get used to this time inconsistency. That is where discipline, self-discipline comes in. In our last YouTube stream in July, we talked about the 7 skills of readers, right? 7 skills of unstoppable readers. One of them we talked about was self-discipline. You need to realize that life is not about ice creams and cupcakes. Life is tough in the moment, but in the future, it begins to pay off. So what can you do to help your child with time inconsistency and this immediate instant gratification. In my notes, I have one: make reading daily immediately rewarding. Immediately, don't wait for when the child gets sharper next month or becomes more confident. No, 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 no. Match the gratification that screen is bringing. Match your own. Is a battle. Is a battle for gratification. Now, how can you make it immediately rewarding? Infuse play in it. Yeah. Thank you, Madam Brenda. Make reading immediately rewarding. Infuse play in it. In our latest guide, the Raising Readers, and I recommend that guide to every parent on this stream. That guide, the team worked so hard to put it together, and it's being sold at next to nothing. Like, what is in there, it is super packed. One of the things that you would see there is, I think it's about 20 ways to make reading fun with your child. I think we also have whether 15 or 20 book related games you can play with your child. Book related games. So it's not, reading is no longer a chore. Like, have you read your book? No, no, no. You use it as a bonding tool. You use it as a play tool. You know why? Because play is the primary assignment of a child. Yes, the admin has put the link. If you haven't gotten a copy of Raising Readers, please use the seller link. Get it for immediate. Once you go through the seller process, you get it immediately in your email, and you start to read through it and implement. It has a lot of practical tools in it. For example, the book related games, you have a book scavenger hunt, you have the who said this. You guys can read a book together and you play a game and write comments and say who said this. Whoever gets it correctly, you win. And children, it's not expensive to win their hearts. So it's not expensive. All you need is time, your presence. You wrap sweets, candies, fruits, depending on your own family structure, right? And you give them something rewarding. And hey, you don't even need to give them gifts. Play games with them with books. Whenever they are playing games, you have already rewarded that child, because play is the gateway to the heart of every child. Admin, help me put this one just came from above. Play is the gateway to the heart of every child. So whatever you want to teach a child, whatever you want to get them up to speed with, infuse play in it, and you have won the battle. That is it. So what do I have? What else do I have in my note? I said immediate rewards keeps them excited and on track while waiting for the delayed reward. We already know that the child that reads habitually becomes, the preferred person in the room, speaks better, speaks smartly, their speed of thought is like something else. But before that one is coming in tomorrow, give them something for their time today. How can you give them? Give them your presence, give them material things, sweet snacks, little things. Give them things in their wish list. It's something I do with my kids. I tell them to make a wish list, a bucket list of what they really want. Sometimes the list can get to 20. I didn't say I'm buying them right now, right? But I have an idea of what they need. So sometimes when they do something really nice and I just go to that wish list, I pick something that is not even expensive and I get it for them. This is how to win the heart of your child. Remember, the goal with habitual reading is not to make reading a checklist kind of activity. It is to make reading fun. And the end goal, where are we going to with all of this? We want to raise a child who depends on books, who reads books like their lives depend on it. Just like my coach and mentor, Wendy Ologe, will always say, read like your life depends on it, because it truly does. That is where we're heading with all of these topics around reading. We want to raise a child who you will be begging to stop reading. And I am the perfect person to take these conversations, because I have raised a reader myself. I always talk about my daughter. I have to beg her to go to bed. She wasn't born like that. Readers are not born, they are raised. They are. If you have a child who just naturally just reading, there's somewhere she picked it from. No reader is born. Every reader is raised, because it's not such a pleasant activity, really. Why will I even just stay and just, I have to focus, I can't play, I can't I'll just have to be looking at one book like that. So it has to be, the person has to be trained through it. Let's move really quickly. So I said, Start with high interest, low effort books. That's another tip to make reading rewarding. Start with high interest, low if effort books. Example, graphic novels, do lots of picture books. Please, like you already know, the Reader's Corner sells mostly self-help Christian books, right? Many of them are not very well illustrated. They don't have a lot of graphics and all of that. So my recommendation would be start with picture books if you're just starting your journey to raising. Oh, thank you, Madam Brenda. She says, I have raised readers and I wholeheartedly support this message. Thank you so much, ma'am. So do the pictures. I mean, until your child gets to the level where they can read other things. And let me shock you. One very profound thing about locking the reading habit is once a child locks it in, they have locked it in for life. You can't separate a child who is a reader from books anymore. That is why I'm a strong advocate to this habit. Form it and you have done your child the best favor all their life, because they're going to be voracious readers, they are going to be smart speakers, they are going to have a smart speed of thought, they are going to be the preferred person in the room. There's no negotiation. I have not seen any reader that is at the backstage. I have not. But I have seen lots of successful people that are at the backstage because they are not readers. Then I said, set small, simple reading goals. That's part of how to make reading immediately rewarding. Set small, simple reading goals and reward progress. In the guide, Raising Readers, we put examples of reading goals that you can set for your child depending on their age brackets. We broke that down in that Raising Readers guide. So depending on the age of your children from 0 to above teenage years, we've broken it down. What kind of goal can you set? Because you don't want to set goals that are not achievable for your child. So we took time, we sampled, did some surveys with some parents, and we put down examples of goals. For example, a 6 to 10-year-old child, you could tell them, okay, this summer your reading goal is to read 20 minutes every day. 20 might be too much for starters. Let's keep it at 10 minutes every day. Trust me, that's very easy for any child to do. 10 minutes every day. But let me tell you what it does to the brain. Reward, when they are able to do that 10 minutes, they are already rewarded. Every child becomes rewarded once they meet their goal. That is why you have to start it small. Start it small. Just like with adults, the moment you achieve something, there's a reward system in your brain that, okay, if I could do it once, I can do it twice. If I could do it twice, I can do it 3 times. So set simple reading goals and reward progress. So the moment they've done their 10 minutes every day, be with them. You could even just give them a hug. Okay, guys, if you do your reading for 5 days, you get 15 hugs from mommy. That's all you need. Did you spend money to hug them? No. All you need to do is create time to hug them. And you're slowly walking your child through the journey and through the path of becoming a reader. And then one more point, I said how to help them celebrate progress, not just completion. This is a very important point. They don't have to read all the 10 minutes, for instance, for 1 month before you celebrate them. They read on Monday, they didn't read on Tuesday. Clap for them. It's not easy. They read on Wednesday, they missed Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Buy them a gift. Why? Because you know where you're going. And all of these steps, they add up. They get them to where you're taking them to. Okay, so let's move to the second reason. First one was screens provide instant gratification. The second point is similar to the first point, just a little tweak. And it says screens stimulate the brain more easily. We're still on brain stimulation, dopamine. You see those bright lights, the colors, the voices, the motion. Children don't like boredom. Oh. So anything you're teaching a child and it's just static, solemn, that's wrong. Oh. They need energy, movement, motion. And that is what this AI and then the developers, the IT tech guys have leveraged on, because that's how the child's brain is wired. Motion, color, activity, motion, color. That's what they package together and they put in the screen, right? And by now, I'm sure you know that when we talk about screen, we're not talking about only cartoons. In fact, cartoon is not even, my people, they don't even watch cartoon again. It's games, Roblox, and see those ones. That's where the thing is happening now. So the battle is getting fiercer and fiercer. And what are the scientists doing? They're just leveraging on the makeup of the child's brain, and they're just producing content that is fighting your own battle, fighting with your own battle. So screens are more stimulating than books, although books are more nourishing. We've already established that. But because it takes time for the brain to make that shift and understand that, okay, this one is sweeter right now, but it's not the best. The other one is not sweet, but it's the best in the future. So it's a bit confusing for the brain. It takes time for the brain to understand that. That is why you don't have to give up so early. You have to keep talking, keep encouraging them, keep modeling that, modeling it for them. We will go down there. So how to help on this one is to create calm reading zones. Create a calm space for the reading. In the Raising Readers Guide, we mentioned about 5S system for optimizing your child's reading session. 5S system. One of those systems we talked about is the environment. Select the right environment. Okay, I'm going to take questions. Mr. Udoka, please. Admin, please let me pin the questions for me. I'm going to take them at the end of the session so that we can manage our time properly. So I lost my thoughts. Yeah. In the Raising Readers Guide, we also talked about the 5S systems, and one of them talks about selecting one of the S is select the right environment. Reading is not a habit that you leave to chance. You will just be shouting, go and read your book, go and read your book, but you didn't set up anything for this child. And in the Reader's Corner, we've already agreed that there's nothing like go and read your book. It's wrong. It's a crime, punishable by law. Don't ever tell a child go and read your book. It's wrong. You say to the child, go and read a book. A book gives them an option of choice. They choose anything they want to read. Why? Because anything they are reading delivers the same results we're looking for. But when I say anything, of course, it has to align with your family values. In the Raising Readers Guide, we also have a part of the section that talks about how to select the right books for your child. And one of the things we said there is your family values. Yes, your reading is tied to your family values. The kind of books that come into your home is tied to your family values. So back to the 5S system. We talked about the environment. Create an environment that encourages this child to know that, okay, I should really read. And it's a fun activity. In the guide, in the Raising Readers Guide, we mentioned something and we said, allow the child, you can select a space, but allow the child to set it up themselves. Let them do some graphics, guide them raw pillows, Timu, all this. They have some throw pillows that are blank, customizable, give them craft stuff. They design their space, they put stickers, because when they take ownership of developing or creating those spaces, there's a chance that they would enjoy staying there. So don't force it on them. Provide the space. It doesn't have to be one room just for reading. Inside their room, make a reading corner. Get them a table and a chair, or they want to use a mat or duvet. Just provide. Oh, there's one lovely duvet I saw one time on Amazon. It says reading happens here. Very big and colorful. I put it in my cart that I'm gonna get it for my kids. Those are the things that you do to win the child's heart. Play, colors, because the screen that you're fighting with is winning the battle with colors, motion, and play. Now, let me move to the third point. The third reason why your child chooses screens over books is because screens are designed to be addictive. So screens, they are just doing their work. They were not designed to allow you watch one and go. The people who were developing the screens, the objective is for you to stay there endlessly. So when your child is there endlessly, the screen is just fulfilling its purpose. You, the parent, you are the one who is not fulfilling your own purpose. because your own purpose is to fight that screen. Fight it until it can be controlled. Now, let's shift away from the children a little bit. You, as a parent, do you know that you are also addicted to the screen? Many of us, I'm not even excusing myself. Every moment of the day, you're scrolling, you're on the phone, and let me tell you something about the screen. There is no stop, there's no stopping. Like when you're on social media, there's no natural, excuse me, there's no natural stop. There is no natural stop on the screen. The only stop is the one you put by yourself. Let me explain what I mean. So you have ended your day, you're relaxing, then you pick up your phone to just catch up. Many times, because I deal with a lot of parents, I want to just check my chat, see who I need to respond to. From there, I've moved to Instagram. From Insta, I've moved to TikTok. From TikTok, I've moved to Facebook. There is no stop on the screen. There's no stop button. The only stop button is the one you enforce by yourself. So the screen is doing its job by making your children addicted. You, as a parent, you have to wake up and do your own job. You need to fight back. It's a battle, right? My notice said the more time you spend on the screen, the more ads you see. That's one thing they've used. The more ads you see, the more money the companies make, right? Most digital platforms are built on attention economics. Let me explain it to you. Attention economics is a marketing tool. This is what all of this social media, all of these digital providers, that is the end goal. Tell me one social media handle you're on that you don't see an ad. Please put it in the comment section. There is none that I know. All of them, their end goal is the ad. Those ads, people are paying them to put the ads there. So when you log in, you think you're just scrolling and checking, checking Bob Risky, checking all of them. They're just putting those ones to distract you. It is those ads. That's attention economics. They just want to use your attention to market the product to you. So that is the design of a screen. And look at the points I noted. I said infinite scroll, no stopping points, no natural end to content. So you just keep going, pia, pia. That's the same thing with a child. If you, as a parent, as an adult, you find it hard to stop yourself, and then I believe most of us here are above 25, right? And that is the length of time it takes for a child's brain to fully develop. That your brain has fully developed, you cannot stop yourself from screen. How do you expect a child that is not yet 25 to stop themselves? So you see, my opening remark, I said, don't ever blame your child for being too much on screen. You are the problem. You and the developers of the screen are the problem, not the innocent child, right? Because there's no natural stop. The notifications, the buzzes, the alarms, they create urgency and hijacks focus. So you have a phone, I remember then when BlackBerry newly came out so many years ago, when we all had Blackberries. One of my friends, like, she saw my phone and there were lots of the notification thing used to be red, 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 and all of that. My friend, she was like, Vera, clear this thing. I don't like to see it. Clear it. Like that her own. Once they come in, she just reads it and clears it. And then over 15 years down the line, when I'm doing this research, I realized that this is what the companies are targeting at. They want you to be uncomfortable, with the red notifications. So you want to clear it. There is no time you pick up your phone to clear, and you clear and keep it down. You clear and you move to one more. You move to two more. I am guilty myself. I'm not preaching perfection here. Many times my sleep time may be like 10 p.m. I need to go to bed so I can wake early and start my day. Sometimes 12 o'clock, I'm still on the phone. I will be hearing my voice, myself telling myself, Vera, you need to stop. Okay, let me just one more. If this is you, let me see you in the comment section. I want to see those that are in the same WhatsApp group with me, so that we can change today. Show me in the comment section before I continue. Show me that you're in this WhatsApp group with me. I don't want to be there alone, because we're all living there today, right? Next is social validation, still under why screen is designed to be addictive. Social validation. So when you've had such a bad day, like, oh, things didn't really work out well today, and then you pick up your phone. The post you posted in the morning, it's 5 a.m. when you woke up, then you now see 55 likes, 500 followers. This that's gratification is, I mean, is second to none. It gives you validation. You feel thank you, Miss Evelyn. My sweetie is here. Thank you so much for joining. Okay. So you see, you feel like, oh, more I'm doing good. Or you post those of nice video adverts on Instagram, and by the time you come, you see even your mentors are commenting. People are even sliding into your DM to know more. Those are the traps that they've set. Social validation. You immediately wipes away all of the sadness of your day. You're excited. And then the last part is personalized algorithm. You see that one? The one that they use what you like. They use it to not kill us what we like. Okay, so I'm into books and reading, right? All of the content they push to me now will be different people doing books, different types of content, different types of literature, different types of research on books, really literature, reading tips. That's what they choke me with nowadays, even when I don't want. Even the ideas I have, I've not even had time to implement all of them. They are choking me. That is personalized algorithm. So don't wonder too much why you sell palm oil or you sell cooking condiments, and every time you come, they're showing you the latest, cheapest way to buy basket tomatoes. All of it's personalized algorithm. And these people are so smart at what they do. That's why it pains me. They are so smart. So parents, we need to outsmart them. How can we outsmart this addiction? It's natural. The screen is doing its job. We parents, what can we do to match this energy? First of all, I said, create your family media plan. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Can someone put it in the comment section? This comment section is not buzzing. Please put comments for me. Let me know that I'm not here alone. Since Evelyn says she's in that WhatsApp group with me, Mama, we're leaving today. Today, we're leaving that WhatsApp group. Thank you so much, Chris and FOB. I appreciate your consistency in dropping the tips that we're talking about. I really do appreciate it. So, create a family media plan. What does the family media plan do for you? Your family media plan, number one, is the stop button that your child needs. Thank you. Comment a comment. It's the stop button that you and your child, in fact, let's even make it we and our children, because we are even guilty of this one more than the children. Your family media plan is the stop button that you and your children need to get off the screen. Many of us were there. We don't get up until maybe there's emergency. Some of us have even burnt food or while pressing phone. I don't want you to blame yourself after today. That is what the screens were designed to do. They are only doing their job. I remember whenever I say this sentence, I remember back then, 10 years back in when I used to work in Access Bank in Nigeria, and one of my bosses, I don't know what happened. I think he made a mistake in a report, and our supervisor was then asking him, "You're like, Oga, I'm only doing my job. I'm only doing my job." And we found it so hilarious because he's such a high-placed boss then. But the way he was panicking, like, I'm only doing my job. So that is what the screen is doing. It is only doing its job. We have to wake up and do our own job. In the guide, the Raising Readers Guide, we put a whole session on family media plan. What it is, the things that should be in it. So examples, we have your screen time limits must be there. Your screen time limit. When do we start? When do we stop? That is where you bring your own stop button. There's no stop button on the screen. Even when battery die, they plug it back and continue. So create a family media plan. When are your screen days? What are your screen times? When are we allowed to be on the screen and when are we not allowed to be on the screen? Those are the things that you should put in your plan. What is the acceptable type of media that we watch in this house and what is not allowed in our house? You put it in your media plan. In the Raising Readers Guide, we have a template, blank template with all of these and examples. All you need to do is type in you want for your family, or if you want to print it out, you write it down. And pro tip, This exercise must be done with your children, no matter their age, even if they are babies or they are adults. If you want to have a family media plan that would be enforceable in your home, gather them together, get pizza, get drinks, get your fruits, your veggies, have a media party. A media party. This one is a pro tip. I'm giving you now. Have a media plan party. Get their favorites and have this conversation. I created a family media plan in my home over 3 years ago, and to the glory of God, we've been adhering to it, even though it's tough. Sometimes they are tempted to go into other things that are not allowed. But I, as a parent, will have to sit down and review their devices from time to time. So that stop button, that sieve that you need to filter, let me use that word, that you need to separate what is needed and what is not needed, what they can do and what they cannot do. It's in your family media guide, family media plan. Every family needs to have it. If we were downplaying it 5 years ago, now it is a battle of families, battling families, screen versus healthy lifestyle. So if you just want to leave your child and then when they watch you, now say, it's okay, stop there. It's okay. No, no, no. They need to know. So before I started this live session, my kids got on their devices at so this is almost 5 o'clock my time. They got on their devices around 1. And immediately before the girl was picking it up, I reminded her, tell Alexa to tell you when to get off, because they know their time. And she did that. Immediately it was 2:30. So she got an hour and 30 minutes. Immediately it was 2:30 and Alexa started shouting, get off your screen. It's time to get off. And she immediately they hear that's their reminder. They just stand up and leave the screen where it is. And everybody has peace of mind. We don't struggle over it anymore. Sometimes it's tough. They're like, oh, I want to finish this game. I just started. I'm like, okay, just finish it. Because again, these people are human beings. They have emotions. You don't have to lord it over them. You have to be considerate. So another thing that you can do to help your child with this addiction is use screens to learn. So shift the focus from, okay, take your tablet, take your TV, watch cartoon. No, look for educational resources so that even they are glued there, you know that, okay, they are not coming out the same. They are learning from it. And this is something my husband always emphasizes, because many times when I tell him we need to reduce the screen time, like I feel more comfortable when they're not on the screen. Once they're on their screen, my body is just shaking, like, what are they watching? Can they just come out? Because my work is less when they're not on the screen. My husband was like, it's not about the time they spend on the screen, or it's not so much about it. It's about the quality of that content. So use screen to learn. I'll tell you something. You know, you guys, I like telling you, giving you stories. So recently, part of our summer goals was to learn Igbo. We're Igbos, right? Part of our summer goals was to learn, solidify our Igbo speaking skills. And one thing I note I do for myself is I don't carry all the burdens on my head when I have people who can do it better than me. So I can speak Igbo, I can teach them Igbo, but I know that there are experts that can do. So I registered them for an Igbo summer class. They did it just for 5 days and it was amazing. So those 5 days they were on the Zoom call, learning Igbo, doing assignments and all of that. Do you guys know that after that 5 days, that was from Monday to Friday last week, this Saturday and Sunday, my kids were on the TV. What they were watching was Igbo stories. I couldn't believe my eyes. Like, what? Igbo stories, like 1 hour long story in Igbo, no English in it. They sat there. I was like, are you understanding? They said the sound, the way they're shaking their body, that they're following and they are picking some few words. So what I now did to add color to what they were doing is when they're listening for like 10 minutes, I will pause it, I will come and explain it. And it was like about the story of how the tortoise got a cracked shell. Igbos here, you already know, they told us that story a lot. So when I saw that they had gotten that interest, I'm like, okay, this is what I'm looking for, So that's a way to deploy screen for your own benefits. So don't panic too much when they're on the screen. Only try to infuse educational content. Like part of my family, our screen media plan values is educational content is what we watch, documentaries. We spend less time on fun, entertainment, all of those roadblocks, and we spend less time, but more of the time is learning something, becoming better through the use of the screen. Another thing that I have written here for how to help your child through this screen addiction concern is regulate screen use by setting time limits. I said that already. So it's not enough to have it on your media plan. Also set the limits for them. Remind them every time they are going on the screen. Remember, you have just 1 hour today. You have just 1 hour, 30 minutes. You have just 2 hours, and enforce it. Enforce it. That's the way to break the chain of addiction. How does addiction happen? How do habits form? Something that you've done repeatedly over time. After a while, it becomes automatic for your brain. Your brain doesn't need to think twice anymore. You just plug and play. That's what happens with screen. Because we parents have not limited these children. We just gave them, they are watching away. Then before you know it, it has become a reflex. Wake up, brush, eat, tablet. Wake up, brush, eat, tablet. It's because they've done it repeatedly. That is the same thing with reading. If you're able to get your child to read every day, soon the pattern will become wake up, brush, eat, pray, read for 10 minutes, wake up. And you can't break it anymore. It's hard to break it. Even if they miss occasionally some days here and there, it doesn't mean anything. It doesn't stop the cycle. The habit has been locked in already. Now, another point I mentioned is disable the notifications, those alerts, notifications, and all of those messages coming in. Mine is all dead. You can't chat me and I will know. I can never know until I open the phone and go to the app. I won't see nothing. So that gives me control. I choose which app I want to go to. I choose the one I don't want to go to. So that you should do that for your children's devices also, and for yourself too. So that it's not a case of you want to focus. Okay, I have 1 hour to focus on my job, and then you see WhatsApp. They're asking you how much is the bag of crayfish. You want to answer. They ask you again, that your book. I want to buy 2 copies. You answer. Disable them. And then the next one I have here is to schedule your screen time. The other one is put limits. It's different from scheduling. So what time of the day am I coming on the screen? What time of the day do your child go on the screen? What time are they supposed to come out of it? All of those things are the battles you fight back to win your children out of the screen addiction, which it is meant to do. So I move to the fourth one. The fourth one is screens offer opportunities for play. I touched briefly on this when I was talking about the other one. There's a definition I always like to use. It's also in the Reader's Guide. Jean Piaget, she's a writer. She says, play is the primary job of a child. Parents, the way you wake up to your 9 to 5, the child's job is play. Take that away from today. You can't change it. So if you're raising a child that you're not letting to play, you just go and read. You're wasting your time and you're damaging that child. Play is the primary job of every child. That's what they were born to do. And why? Because they learn through play. They connect with their worlds, they interact with the environment, they develop their skills, all of their critical thinking, their mental capacity, their cognitive thinking, all of that happens with play. Now, screens give them that opportunity, whereas your reading does not give it to them. So they will naturally go towards their nature. This is my nature. Play is my nature. Anything that gives me that thing, I will go with it. It's normal. So we need to be fair on these children, right? Then we talked about play-based learning. It's also there in the Raising Reader's Guide. Play-based learning is an approach where children explore, create, and discover new things through play. Screen provides this opportunity 100%. They play, they are able to interact with people with all of these new games now. They are chatting with people, they are, they're just having the fun of their lives. And that's what they were born to do at that age. Right? So there are different types of play that the screen is providing for these children. Let me give you some of them. You have interactive play. Interactive play is the type that comes from video games, you see. And they learn skills from it too. Don't forget, they learn problem solving, they learn creativity, they learn competition and all of that. So your video games, they have their opponents they are playing against or their partners. They play with themselves, they play with virtual people, they play with the AI and all of that. You see, screens provide social play, which is they play with the friends and family, even remotely. Like my daughter, she does Duolingo when she's trying to learn her French. Her cousin is in another part of Canada, but they connect almost every other day. They are connecting through Duolingo. They say, "Oh, I unlocked another level today." You see what screen is doing for them that you're not doing for them. The next one is creative play, where you have the apps that have the drawing, animation, storytelling, so they're able to unlock their creative side through digital exposure. Then you have imaginative play. Screen provides them imaginative play where you have digital sound boxes for pretend play. Even the doll houses, virtual doll house now, role play servers that provide role play. All of these play types are in the screen. You have exploratory and constructive play, where they have the number blocks, the Lego, the builders, and it's very good for spatial awareness. Then you have narrative and storytelling. All of these are packaged in screen. You, mommy and daddy, which one have you packaged for your child in reading books? You're just there shouting, go and read your book. Tommy, what? Go and read your book. Go and read your book. Screen is there understudying the human psychology, the brain, child psychology, and their brain formation, and leveraging on it to fight you as a parent. How can you help your child to fight back this opportunity for play that screens have provided? Number one, infuse play into reading to make it more rewarding. We talked about this one. We know that play supports reading through language development, sequencing and storytelling, listening and speaking. That is why in the Raising Readers Guide, I keep shouting at the top of my voice because I know the level of work that went into that guide, and the content and the feedback we received so far is mind blowing. A lot of parents have bought it, they've read through it, and they've started implementing already. We have 13 ways to make reading fun and enjoyable. So examples: turn reading books into a performance. You guys can stage a performance, right? This person reads, instead of singing with a mic karaoke, he's reading. This person read. Let's see who has the most fluency, who cannot miss a word, who pronounces the words best. All of those things play. Then you have create book night routine. You can create a book night instead of movie night. So for me, we do movie nights every Friday. We do movie night in my home as much as possible, right? You can also do book nights. Remember the goal. You want to raise a reader, and your life can never remain the same if your child reads. I don't want to go into the benefits because they are all in the Raising Readers Guide. What makes a reader child stand out is there. Like all of those things are there, right? So you can do a book night routine. Choose, even if it's once a month, this is our book night. Allow the children choose the book they want. You guys read it together, summarize, do debates on it. You can also host a book talent show, right? I talked about book scavenger hunt. There's a lot of creativity in books, my dear parents. Let us not make it look like a Herculean task or a chore. No, it's not. It's a life transforming experience for children. Then we also have book related games to play at home. Is in that Raising Readers Guide. We have the character charades, we have the book puzzle pieces where you can get a book, and then after, when they are done reading, you can cut the title pages, cut it off, and make it into a Scrabble and give them to fix it back. Whoever fixes it well gets a prize. And mind you, when they fix it back, you can tape it back, right? Let's not be weary of destroying books. Books are meant to be read and destroyed. Like, scatter it as long as it is delivering the message. It's a crime that you have books that they are all neatly put together. I remember recently my son came to my study and he saw my Bible. My Bible is all torn and ripped. She was like, "Mommy, are you not taking care of your stuff? Your Bible looks so messy." I said, "Yeah, that's because I read it every day. I cannot read something every day and it will be smooth now. It's not possible. It means I'm not reading it well. If I'm reading it and digesting and flipping it through every day, then it has to get spoiled. When it gets spoiled, I buy a new one. Because when your bag gets bad, you buy a new one. You don't preserve a bag. None of you is using the bag you use in university up till now. So the books are meant to be rough and destroyed. Yeah, we have the story dice. We have the book scavenger hunt. These are things we do in the house, and my children are like, "Oh, mommy, I just love to read." Even before I came on this live stream, my daughter was reading. I'm like, this is an odd time. Why you just wake up in hot afternoon like this? Just carry book, they read. And in my mind, I was like, this is what you wanted, right? Now you have it. So I just had to remind her of other things she needs to do. But as for reading habitually, they've unlocked that one already. So this is on matching the opportunities for play that screen provides. And then I move to, I think I talked about five already. Yeah. I talked about the screen provides instant gratification. I talked about screens offer opportunities for play. Screens stimulate the brain more easily. Oh no, four. So I moved to the fifth one. Fifth one, very important one. Screens are more available than books. Yes, screens are more available than books. I give you an example. So it's a little bit past the time, but we started 15 minutes late because we had technology issues. So I'm just trying to take back my 15 minutes. Okay. Yeah. So screens are more available than books. Is there anybody here that does not have a TV in their house where the children can see it? Please let me see your comment in the session. I don't think there is. Every home has a TV. Every family has a phone. Almost every family has an extra device for the child. How many families have bookshelf of books for each child? How many? So you see again, is a battle. Is a battle, is a battle. So we need to fight like it is a battle and not be joking about this conversation. If some parents, you just buy three books for this summer, you say, hey, now I bought books for her. Hey, you bought three books. So recently, when I was reading a book, one of my favorite books, 5 a.m. Club, and it says victims have large televisions, but leaders have large libraries. The moment I read that part, my head shook. I say, Vera, where's the library in this house? Because you're not going to be a victim. Oh. This family were leaders. Oh. Immediately, I went to Walmart online. I ordered for a bookshelf for myself and my friend here this evening. We brought it, set it up. My husband set it up. So in their room, you see a big shelf, bookshelf filled with books. Because books must be more available than screens if I'm going to win this battle. So some parents will just buy, Vera, I just bought 12 books. What's 12 books? What's 12? My daughter has her goal for this year was to read 50 books. Today she's on 43. We're still in August. So by the end of August, she's going to hit 50, 8 months into the new year. She has 4 more months to do another 20 or so. Why? Because the books are available. I have a bookstore. So as I'm buying for to sell, I have their own section. In fact, the books is a lot. So you don't want to create or build a culture and then the books is scarce. They have only 5 or 10. You know, say, go and read it. Have you finished it? No, 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 no. Stuff them with books. Let it be over available. Your child will start to read. Again, in the summer reading series, we talked about it. It's also in the Raising Readers Guide. We said one of the ways to unlock your child's passion for books is to select the right books and make it and keep it in sight. So step one is select the right books. And in that Raising Readers Guide, we gave a guideline of how to select books for your children based on their age. We gave the guidelines every parent should look at in selecting books for children. You don't just buy books. Oh, I saw this book. Oh, let me buy. My child will like it. No, no, no. First of all, you look at your family values. What do you believe in? What do you encourage? What do you not encourage? Secondly, you look at the child's age. Books are age appropriate. Not every book is good for every child. Third, you look at the child's interests. What is the child interested in? So my son now loves soccer, loves cars a lot. The easiest way to get him to read is to buy him books on cars. Different types of books, even the books that talk. There are some that talk. When you press the button, it's doing pam, 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 leave the road. That is how to get him to read. You leverage on what they like, and then you get what you want. There's many other guidelines I put in that Raising Readers Guide. I'm not going to spend time talking about it. The guide is already available. Please go to the seller link there, get your copy of the Raising Readers Guide, and you'll be very glad you did. I can't even overemphasize on what is in the content of that guide. Oh my God. Yeah, we took a lot of time to put that out, right? It was a long time coming. Yeah. So make books available. We said make books available and keep them in sight. Insight, in the Raising Readers Guide I mentioned, I said insight means every corner of the house has a book. Not just a book they like. It's, you are choking them with the book because screen is choking them too. There's TV in the parlor, in the guest room, in their room, in the kitchen, in everywhere. Then if the TV is off, there's tablets. They have tablets, they have your phone, access to your phone, but they have only 5 books. How can you win the battle now? That's why screen is winning over every time. So you have to match that energy. Every corner of in the bathroom, no, maybe not in the bathroom, in the kitchen, in the car, in your car. I wonder when I see parents that allow kids use devices in the car when they are supposed to be looking around, appreciating nature, being situationally aware. You give them tablets, they are all watching. That's why when if you ask them your bus stop, they don't even know because they've never even seen the bus stop. They're always buried in devices. Let's change today. So books in the Raising Readers Guide, I said books everywhere. There is no way a child likes dinosaurs and you give them 5 different books on dinosaurs in 5 different locations of the house and that child will not read. No way. So that's in the Raising Readers Guide, I called it silent programming. Sometimes you put these things, you don't say anything. Put them in different corners. Put them colors everywhere and keep quiet. And take away the screen. Limit the screen. Children don't like boredom. They will look for something else to do. And the next thing available is a book. They pick it up. By the time they do that in 1 month, you've gotten to the destination, which is to raise a reader. Yeah. So that's all the 5 reasons why screen is winning the battle over books. But I have one last one. One bonus point. Bonus point, because you guys are my people and you came in so early and you've been here. So I'm going to give you a bonus point. And the last part of it, it's not even in my notes, is screens give children more control than books. Everybody likes control. Nobody wants to be controlled naturally. We all want to be able to say, oh, this is what I want and this is what I don't want. We all like that. And that's one thing screen does for children. So they start with Dora the Explorer. Boom, 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 boom. I don't like it. They go to Paw Patrol. I don't like it. They go to Roblox. You see that ability to change here and there. That's a point that they are using to win us. How do you match this energy? Make books available for them to choose from. Allow them to choose books by themselves. That's one of the points we have in the Raising Readers Guide. When Raising Readers Guide, we mentioned it and we said, allow the child to choose the book they want to read. Of course, aligning with your family values. Don't go shopping and say, no, I want you to learn leadership. Leadership in academics. Leadership. No. If the child wants to buy a book on dinosaur, let them buy that one. You yourself buy your leadership and keep it one corner. You don't need to know about it. By the time they read the dinosaur, they've enjoyed it, you read with them, you've played with them, then you stylishly bring out your leadership academics. So you start from their passion to your goal, not from your goal to your passion. That is why a lot of parents struggle to get this thing done, because you want to have it your way. No, it's the child's way, because it's their life, it's their habits, not your own. So you need to give them the chance. So allow them to choose. That is it. Allow them. That's the control they are looking for that they get on games. My son is very hilarious. So I have a rule. Part of our media plan is before you download any game on your tablet, you have to show an adult, mommy or daddy. Sometimes the bigger sister also checks for him. But lately, when it was time to review his tablet for the month, I picked up the tablet and I saw over 1 million games. The boy has not been showing anybody. He has just been downloading. When I asked him, he said, "Mommy, but sometimes I download the game and I don't like it anymore. So I just want to check another one." Right? So immediately I remember that children love control. So that is his control sense playing on him. Options. I don't like this. I move to this. I don't like this. Make the books available for them to choose from. They don't like soccer today, give them dinosaur. They don't like dinosaur today, give them leadership. They don't want leadership, give them emotional control. But don't make it all about life's skills. Add some fun. Give them a bucket list of options to choose from. All right. So that is it. We have 5 points plus 1 bonus point on why screens win the battle over books. why children choose screen over your books, and what you can do about it. I am so excited to always come on YouTube lives, because even though I don't see you guys, but your presence, your chats, seeing the number of people on the show powers me up, and I love the energy that we bring here. And the good thing that happens here, all our teachings are applicable to your everyday life, your business, your career, your personal growth. It is not just for reading alone. I hope that you've enjoyed today. It's already 15 minutes past time. We actually started at this time, so it's exactly 1 hour right now. And I would like to wrap it up, but I want to see one last comment from someone who has enjoyed this session, or an emoji, a love emoji, a fire emoji, whatever emoji you like to show appreciation for this session, what you liked about the session. Please give it to me right now. I see the love emojis coming. Thank you. Thank you. And if you've not gotten your Raising Readers guide, but why? But why? Please use the seller link. Admin, help us put it up again. Use the seller link and get that guide. I don't know how long it will take me to unpack what is in that guide. If I want to be doing it once every month, oh my God. Before I finish, your children are already adults, and the aim will be defeated, right? So please get the guide today. Ask and come to our DM, ask your questions. If you need any support with your children or yourself getting into this reading lifestyle, please reach out. I help a lot of parents. They come and say, Vera, how do you read? I'm a reader. I can't even help myself. Sometimes I'm like, Vera, oh yeah, it's okay, close. I'm like, no, it's not okay. Let me just read a little bit more. That's the same thing that screen does to me sometimes too. So when my reading brain is active, I maximize it. I stay awake all night and I read. Thank you so much, Christian Efobi, Nena Sambo, Donald Daniel. Oh my God, you guys are amazing. And this is where we come to the end of today's YouTube stream. Please stay connected with us. If you're in any of our communities, please don't go. We promise to bring you value all the time. So stay with us. Share our links with your friends and families, because any family who has a reader, or any family that are readers, you don't know what you've done them for life. It's a gateway to financial breakthrough, gateway to spiritual growth, gateway to emotional stability, gateway to confidence and competence. There is no match for the reading lifestyle. I wanted to say something briefly, but yeah, recently I came across a scripture that says that wisdom is the first thing that ever existed. Oh my God, I saw that scripture during my Bible study. I was like, whoo! The Bible says that it is wisdom that God used to create the entire world. So it is God, wisdom, and the world. So how else do you get wisdom if you're not a reader? You don't get wisdom from conversations, only from conversations. No, you have to do your own personal research, independent research. And somewhere in the Bible, in the book of Proverbs, it also says that the person who searches for wisdom is the wisdom that is rewarded, that is useful. So wisdom, knowledge that you just sit down and they bring to you, is neither here or there. But the one you set out to look for, and when you do, how do you do that? Once you pick up a book to read, you are searching for wisdom. The Bible says that is the one that is rewarded. Mr. Udoka, I've almost forgot your question. Thank God I stayed for a minute longer. So do these benefits also apply to reading ebooks? Yes, they do apply to reading ebooks, but with a clause. Especially for children, we don't encourage a lot of ebooks, because we already talked about the distractions on screen. We also talk about the health benefits of prolonged exposures to screen. So, as much as possible, hard copy books highly recommended for children, highly recommended for you as a parent, because children model after you. They live their life based on what you do. You might be on the phone reading. The child thinks you're on the phone playing. So they also want to get on the phone. So it should be a blend, but a bigger proportion goes to hard copy books. Again, when children see and touch and feel what they are reading, they lock it in faster than the digital ones. So ebooks are recommended, but they are not the best option. So as much as possible, So for me, I do a lot of work online. Even the Reason Readers is still an ebook because we're working towards moving it to hard copy later in the year. But it's an ebook, and I do a lot of work on the system. But here is what I do, because I know that the children would copy after me. I don't want them always see me on the screen. So I try to schedule my reading times. If I need to read something on online, I do it when they're asleep. When they wake up, when I know they are waking up, I pick up a hard copy book. I told somebody and the person was laughing. I said, yes, because I know the energy that I'm giving off when I'm always on the screen, whether it is for good or for bad. They don't see it that way. So please, ebooks, very good, but use with moderation. Like doctors will say, use with moderation, because it has much more downsides than the benefits. And hard copies always trump e-copies any day, anytime. So if you have any more questions, you're in any of our communities, please ask your questions. If you have my phone number, the admin phone number, put out your questions. We will be quick to respond. Please share this link with somebody today, please. If you enjoyed this session, if you're catching a replay, share it with one family, just one family. And of course, you know that we already have our playlist of all the YouTube live streams that we have. So feel free to go there anytime that you have you schedule the time. I don't want to say you have the time, because you never have the time. Anytime you schedule for it, catch our replays. Lots of similar content that we give to you guys, and it is free of charge. Thank you so much for joining me. I still remain Vera Patrick-Azodo, and I'm the founder of the Readerz Corner. And at the Readerz Corner, we're here to help you raise your lifelong readers. And if you're a parent, we're also here to help you become a lifelong reader yourself. Thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you, Miss Evelyn. God bless you, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your week. Bye.